SL 860. Wreckers, crane, and other emergency vehicles are en route. All units, South District 1240 has intercepted wanted 68 Chevy at Southwest 112th Street and 3rd Avenue.
Okay, come on, Ford. Come on, get it through. Coming through. Watch it, 43. Watch it. No! There's a lot of guys out here I'd love to grab for reckless driving. I'm a policeman. Driving race cars is my hobby. My business is driving patrol cars. Let me tell you, it might look dangerous, but I'm a lot safer out here than out on the road.
The crowded road is a symbol of modern man. And with the invention of the automobile, man fulfilled a dream, and in some ways, created a nightmare. A nightmare? No. For you as a police officer, this is reality. Without warning, without explanation, the pursuit begins. In the fleeing car is a stranger. He knows who you are. He knows what you want. He knows what risks he will take to elude you. You know only that it is your duty to apprehend him. Your only advantages are your skill, your radio, and your judgment.
Driver, hands in plain sight. Get out of the car slow.
If used correctly, those advantages will be enough.
Racing and pursuit driving, there's a lot of difference. You better believe it. On the track, you have rules. And if you break them, the guy with a flag waves you off. You're disqualified. That's it. Out there on the road, chasing a violator, he makes up the rules as he goes. And that's when things can get crazy. 3 red shirts, right off the line. Bill took a stick and gave a whack and tied that goat to the railroad track. Hey, son of a...
Pursuit driving, the invention of the automobile made it inevitable. The law on wheels. One of the most dangerous moments any policeman ever faces. No police situation calls for more skill, more knowledge, more judgment. What violation has occurred? Why is this driver fleeing? Who are you chasing? A common drunk? A teenager driving without a license? A criminal? Every pursuit asks this question. How important is it to stop that vehicle? What risks to you, to him, to others are justified? What are your alternatives? Is it simply a race, a test of speed, a competition between you and him? On the track, you drive to win. It's a sport, sure, it's competitive as hell, but under really controlled circumstances. If you carry a racing attitude out on patrol, driving hour after hour, one day you're going to lose. You're going to lose big. On the road, it's easy to get uptight, to get carried away. We call it pursuit fixation. It's just you and him, and you're going to get him, even if it kills you. the ultimate. The most dreaded consequence of pursuit driving. 3 innocent bystanders are severely injured. The violator is dead, the officer in critical condition. The decision belonged to the officer, whether or not to continue the chase at high speed. What might have prevented this? The answers are of little importance to him now. They are, however, damned important to you.
Medical 1, calling Palmetto General. Palmetto General, I have car accidents, policemen involved, BP 90/30, possible head injury, possible internal bleeding, ETA 4.5 to 5 minutes.
Consider these numbers. This year, out of 500,000 pursuit situations, about 8,000 will result in crashes. Somewhere between 2,000 to 5,000 persons will be injured. Nearly 500 will die. And probably 20 of the dead will be police officers.
30 seconds. Have a doctor at the back door.
A few departments forbid all high-speed chases except in the most extreme emergencies. A few place policy restrictions on the maximum speed and the conditions for pursuit. The great majority of departments, however, leave the decision of pursuit to the individual officer. But every department agrees the most important factors in safe, high-speed pursuit are the skill and judgment of the officer, the man behind the wheel, you. This is the violator you'll most often catch, or not catch. He's a teenager. He's been stopped before, and if you don't get him, statistics prove someone else will another day.
Well, what do you think of this, kid?
It's okay, you know.
Come on, kid. What do you have in mind?
What I have in mind is the best, you know? Nothing but the best.
A fact of life. In a pure test of speed, many civilian automobiles will outrun the average police car.
Yeah, that's it. Something that outruns a police car.
Anything I've got on the lot will do that.
The chief of one major police department says, quote, "We have some cars which can run in excess of 140 miles an hour. The question is, do we want them to?" End quote.
Hey, ice cream.
This is Officer Young. He's been on the force for 2 years. He's still a rookie.
What flavor? Oh, how about a raspberry?
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good day, officer.
Take care now, thank you.
Some guys stay rookies forever. In most jurisdictions, this situation meets the legal requirements for high-speed pursuit. A driver must commit a violation, be wanted by police, or drive in such a manner as to attract police attention to his vehicle. An officer must observe the vehicle and make an attempt to stop it. The driver of the vehicle must make a conscious decision to evade apprehension. The officer must make a decision to pursue. The requirements of good judgment are not so clear-cut, either legally or morally. In this pursuit, the officer has already made several gross errors, judgment and technique. This is more than a mere mistake. Firing from a moving vehicle is seldom accurate, rarely justified, and generally inexcusable. Shooting out tires is a trick for television detectives. In every jurisdiction, the law and the department will hold you responsible for exercising due care, even while chasing a fleeing felon.
Reference 222 at Quarry, Dairy Road, Miller. I lost them.
I lost him. For some officers, those are bitter words. They imply failure, a loss of ego, of manhood. In this case, those words, I lost him, represent the best judgment Officer Young has shown during the entire pursuit. The decision to give chase should be made quickly, without emotion. Here, vital seconds were wasted, perhaps just enough to give the fleeing driver confidence he could escape. Digging out, laying down rubber, serves no purpose but to make noise. It slows you down. It subtracts from your control of your vehicle. It creates the public impression of a hot-headed, irresponsible officer. A teenager speeding through a school zone. Would his arrest justify in any way the tragedy which might have occurred on this nation's corner? This radio is Officer Young's most important resource. Not to use this is as irresponsible as his decision to use this. High-speed pursuit demands total mental and emotional control. The situation, the possibilities, the alternatives must be analyzed and evaluated moment by moment. Behind the wheel, you should be a computer making split-second decisions. At high speeds, conditions change in microseconds. A pursuit which is justified one moment may be indefensible moments later. The question is a continuous thread on which your life and others may hang. Do you continue the chase, or do you break it off? Another police chief put it this way, quote, an officer will very seldom be criticized for breaking off a chase. It's the chases he refuses to break off which lead to reprimands. If he can make it, I can make it too. That can be fatal logic. He may not make it either. Every pursuit driving situation is an intelligence test. Flunk once, and you may never get another chance. The best decision Officer Young made was to terminate this pursuit. He may never know just how good that decision was. Every time you drive your patrol car, you're governed by some laws that weren't passed in any state capital. They're the laws of motion. The mathematics of these laws would fill volumes, but the principles, as they apply to you and your patrol car, are very easy to understand. If you want the basics, what makes any vehicle move is friction between the turning wheels and the stationary road. That same friction is what keeps you from sliding on a turn or skidding when you put on the brakes. A lot of drivers don't stop to consider. All your friction comes from 4 little patches of rubber about the size of your hand. Lose that friction for whatever reason, high speed, slippery road, or a combination of them, and you're well on your way to losing control.
Gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the skid pan.
On the skid pan, slicked down with foam and oil, friction between surface and tires is so reduced that at lower speeds, a driver can face all the problems of control he would encounter at high speeds.
Okay, Meg, you talked about it enough. Now we're going to go out and do it. To an untrained driver at first, the
skid pan can seem like a bad dream. But there is no surer, safer, or more inexpensive way to teach the pursuit driver how to control his vehicle. On this course, theory becomes fact. Counter steering, how to control a skid, the proper use and non-use of brakes, the tremendous forces which act on a car in turns, all become familiar to students in controlled circumstances. On the skid pan, mistakes aren't fatal.
Okay, settle down, men. Tell me what you learned out there today.
I think the most important thing we learned was counter steering. The idea that you turn into the direction of the skid.
That and stand off the brakes, man. In the skid, you get the feeling that you want to jam on the brakes.
Yeah, but you find out they don't do you any good in the skid.
Like you're skidding off to the right. You have this feeling, tendency to turn your wheels to the left.
That doesn't work, does it?
It doesn't work at all, and it takes a while to get the hang of it. To get control of your vehicle, you turn into the skid.
And sometimes you've got to counter steer 2 or 3 times. Left, right, left, before you've got it under control.
Another thing, to me, one of the most useful things I learned was how to take a curve.
Right. Going slow, come out fast.
You can flowboard and push it to the limit of your traction, but if you're going too fast, and you have to hit your brakes, and that's when you're in trouble.
Yeah, I think that's the point that hit me the most. You can learn these techniques of controlling the skid, and if it happens, you hope you got the reflexes to make them work. But the best thing we learned was what causes skids and how to stay out of trouble to begin with.
I'll buy that. You know, I got scared. I thought I was going to roll over.
Some techniques can be acquired only through practice. On a safe, low-speed training course, the driver learns to control and avoid skids. He learns here to work within the law of motion. Here, he begins to learn what it's all about, out there. Officer Young, a day older, and, well, let's see how much smarter. This should be routine, but not for Officer Young. Keeping alert, anticipating what the other guy may do, that's what pursuit's all about. Pursuit on a freeway presents a whole new set of problems. On secondary streets and roads, the use of sirens and lights warns others of danger. On freeways, experience shows they can create a hazard. Officer Young knows that, but he's forgotten. Good man.
327, upper suit, 2 white males, white Porsche.
No popsicles today. Now all he's got to do is catch a guy driving a lot faster car than he's got.
USL 327.
On secondary roads, an officer always passes to the left. On freeways, he selects the fastest lane. 95 miles an hour. This is where that judgment really comes in. How fast to go? In pursuit driving, catching up too fast can be a mistake. The important thing is to adjust your speed to his. Uh-oh, this is a mistake.
Pull over!
Pulling abreast and motioning a violator to the side of the road is seldom good practice, even in routine situations on lightly traveled roads. It's never good practice in pursuit situations. If the violator wants to run you off the road, this is his chance. Always pull up behind the violator, but not too far behind.
.327,
327K.
freeway and 107. I got him.
I've got
USL
it.
327.
Proper procedure here is to call for a backup car, wait for a license check, in short, to use caution. But that's not Officer Young's style.
Hi, pal.
In pursuit driving, you win some, you lose some. Some guys lose more than they win, and they could lose even more.
Sir, what I want to know is what happens when it comes to a crunch. You're chasing a felon. I'm talking about a criminal, maybe a murderer, a guy who doesn't give a damn how he drives or who he hurts. He wants to get away. So you know how he's going to drive, and where does that leave you? How you going to catch him if you're worrying about Citizen? So what I'm asking is this. When you really want a guy, isn't that when you throw the book away?
You start throwing away the book and you'll find it thrown right back at you. When it comes to that crunch, that's when you use your training.
984K. Suspect references 29. Is cut across Lincoln Park eastbound on 2nd Avenue, approaching 14th Street. 388, I have him in sight. Just coming up on the park exit.
QSL.
388 vehicle is southbound on Bay Avenue. What's 316's QTH?
QTH approaching Bay Avenue Freeway. QSL?
QSL. 388K.
Advise 316 to set up a roadblock at Bay and 32nd Avenue. Advise all units.
QSL